Look, I know and you know that Trump likes to say shit. He intentionally to piss people off or get them in a tizzy, i.e. he likes to troll. And he likes to joke around, and I get it, and I love it, honestly. And I think Trump is probably the best president of my lifetime. And keep in mind, I was alive when Ronald Reagan was president. But he does need to show some discipline because of what I've talked about a couple of videos ago, that we are now in a very serious situation where the left is going to try to create this same cycle that every leftist insurgency has ever engaged in. Whether you go to the Bolsheviks or Mao or Ho Chi Minh or Pol Pot, what they're going to do is they're going to use violence to elicit a response. And then they're going to use that response as the justification for the violence. They're going to invert cause and effect. They're going to say that the response to their violence justifies their violence. And then it's going to further justify further violence. And any insurgency requires information warfare. And so every successful leftist insurgency was absolutely incredible at information warfare. They were the main source of their strength was inverting reality and say that the other side was the bad guy for trying to stop their violence. And so even though you have to deal with them harshly on the one hand, you do have to be very smart about the Hearts and Minds campaign. So to go out there and say right now that networks should be shut down simply for being anti-Trump, that is not helpful. What's helpful is to show restraint in the background and legally and lawfully and constitutionally take apart these terrorist networks, take apart the platforms that are allowing them to incite and even plan violence, such as Reddit and Discord. Do all that, but you also have to have some kind of discipline in showing the world that you're the one that wants to maintain the republic. You're the one that wants to maintain calm. You're the one that wants to maintain peace. You're the one that wants things to go back to the way they were when we had a constitutional republic and nobody was murdering anybody and nobody was celebrating anybody's murder. And so do not be undisciplined and give these people any ammunition which they can use to justify their violence and the rest of their terror campaign.